I have the Samsung Galaxy S23 here, and recently I was able to install the new OneUI 6 over-the-air update, which is based on Android 14. This is a massive update for the company, as they have been working on a number of new features for it to ship with. One of them that I would like to point out today is the ability to add a camera widget directly to the home screen. Now, Android has had support for widgets for many years now, but it wasn't until Apple added the feature to iOS that we saw OEMs like Samsung finally begin to put in some effort. So with the launch of OneUI 6.0, the company is now ready to show off some of the new work that they have been doing lately. Reducing the amount of time that it takes for you to open up the camera application and take your photo or begin recording your video is critically important to some people. Some are okay with just double pressing the power button to launch the camera and then quickly snapping a picture. But what if you wanted to take a quick night sight photo? Or what if you wanted to record a slow motion video? Then you would have to pull out the phone, launch the camera app, tap the More button down here, and then find the exact mode that you're looking for. And in some situations, you may have lost the chance to take the perfect picture because it took you too long to switch to the exact mode that you were wanting. Samsung wants to prevent this from happening to you with the OneUI 6.0 firmware update, since you can now create custom camera widgets for very specific shooting modes. So you can see that I have previously created 4 of these widgets already. One that will open up the rear camera and automatically switch it over into night sight mode. Another one that will use the rear camera to begin recording a panorama video. We have a camera widget that will launch the front-facing camera directly into portrait mode. And lastly, one that will have the camera app automatically open up and set it to recording a video with the selfie camera. But we can set these home screen widgets up to launch all sorts of camera modes on the Samsung Galaxy S23 here. And this will work with all Samsung Galaxy smartphones and tablets that have received the update to OneUI 6. To do this, we simply need to long press on an empty spot of the home screen, and then we're going to tap the Widgets button down here at the bottom. From here, let's begin scrolling through this list until we find the camera widget. Or if you want, you could simply search for camera at the top of this page. Now, we just need to tap and hold on this widget and then drop it down onto our home screen here. Now we can choose which camera mode that we want to launch the camera into when this widget is tapped. So if we want, we can set it to the rear camera or the front camera. And when we change it, down here at the bottom section, you can see that the modes that we were able to select will change depending on if we want the camera open to the rear camera or the front. Then we get to choose which camera mode that it will launch into when the widget is tapped. So by default, the basic photo mode is selected, but if we wanted it to be a portrait, then we could simply select it from here. Or if we wanted to set this widget to instantly be able to record video with the rear camera, then we can set that up here. Now we can also set a custom text to the widget itself, which can be helpful to know which mode will be launched when the widget is tapped. Like you saw with the 4 widgets I set up. For here, we would just change this to rear video. With this new Samsung Galaxy feature, there's also a way to change the location of where the images or videos are saved to. And we can set a custom background to the widget as well, with a specific image being selected here, or just allowing the widget to use the most recent image from your camera roll. This is a feature that could have been added to Android many years ago, but sadly, the widget feature had become overlooked for so many years that few companies had thought to develop it. But now, all Samsung Galaxy smartphones and tablets with OneUI 6 based on Android 14 will have this feature included in their device.